Yep.
Do you have any update on Wilton?
He's practicing. We'll just see how it goes for the rest of the week. We still have today, tomorrow, and Friday. So.
On Friday, what's your kind of practice like? Do you go hard on Friday? Is it a little bit of a walkthrough?
No, we practice. We practice for about an hour and 8 minutes on Fridays.
Does it look like Wilton will be able to play on Saturday?
I don't know. We still got 3 more days of training before we have to make any decisions on who's playing and who's not playing at any position, not just him, anybody. So we got 3 more days that we'll continue to take a look and evaluate, and we'll go from there.
What's Michael Alves' health like? Because he's gone out in the third quarter the last couple of games.
He's fine.
I think Michael was talking about how against Oklahoma they were having trouble picking up some of the blitzes. How much of that is on the offensive lineman and how much is on the quarterback?
It depends on the specific play you're talking about, so I can't tell you. There's not a percentage. One goes one way, one goes the other, but it depends on the play you're talking about, to be honest with you.
What are the challenges that Fresno State brings to you?
Obviously, they're really diversified on the offensive side of the ball. They kind of run a lot of different things. Jeff's been around for a long time and is a really, really, really good offensive coach. So he's going to present a lot of things that can stress you defensively. So we have to be prepared for all of it. Some teams you come in, they're just one version of it, and you got to prepare for that. But he's going to be in multiple offensive formations, multiple personnel groups, and I think that makes things a little bit harder to defend. Their quarterback can run, so you also have that threat of the quarterback not only as a passer but as a runner. And they got an outstanding group of receivers. So I think you got to be really sound in your approach to how you're going to play these guys, because they can beat you in a couple different ways. So.
How the new rules that got added to college football between the time that you were gone and you came back with regards to tempo, substitution on first down defensively, how did that change things?
I don't think it's changed football since I was there in 12. It was always the same thing. If you sub, they sub. So I don't see any change from that standpoint.
How important is Saturday's game to get a win kind of before the bye week?
I think every win, doesn't matter if you have a bye week coming up or not. It's these guys have worked very, very hard, and we need to get on the right side of the one-loss column, so it's a big game from that standpoint.
What have you liked most about your team's improvement? What are the things
they don't make a lot of the same mistakes twice. It's a very young team, so they're going to make mistakes, but they've learned from the mistakes they've made. So we talked about the administrative penalties in game 1, and we really only had one in game 2. We talked about the turnovers. We turned it over twice in game 1. We did not turn it over in game 2. So, they're learning, and not making the same mistakes over and over again. So that's a positive to build upon. But we got still a lot of work to do and still a lot of experiences for those guys to gain as we continue to play.
What did you see from Martell Irby in the fourth quarter of that last game?
Just what we've seen in practice. That he's a really good decision maker. He's got very good vision in terms of how plays are developing when he has the ball in his hands, and seems to make the right cut when he's in there. So he's a kid that's since the first day of camp you've been kind of impressed with him. So you've seen him grow, and he earned some playing time. So we had always planned on playing him against Oklahoma. Just didn't know when it was going to occur, but we had always planned on playing him in that game. So.
What improvements have you focused on with your team kind of going from game 2 to game 3?
Same as everything, just the fundamentals, blocking, tackling. We obviously need to tackle better on the defensive side of the ball. A lot of that has to do with gang tackling. Are we getting enough guys to the ball? The basic fundamentals of blocking, the basic fundamentals of identifying what front we're facing and what's the proper call and the proper scheme to run against them, and everybody being on the same page. So it's the same fundamentals that we work on every single week.
You said you wanted the offensive line to kind of communicate better and work on that. How do you think they've done that this week?
They're getting there. I mean, game day and practice is a little bit different. Obviously, there's a sound factor that's involved when you're playing on Saturdays that you can't replicate. You can replicate some of it, but you can't totally replicate it in practice. So it's improving, but it still needs to improve.
What is the vibe like among the team? Kind of 0-2 at this point?
They're just trying to get better every day, and that's what we talk about. So they've had a great attitude and a great mindset since we've been here. So. Thanks, Coach. Okay, guys.